Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my channel, and we are continuing our occupational skills topic. Um, and this can be like for in general for anybody who is working in an industrial environment or in a construction environment. So today we are just reviewing all those occupational skills which is required, or which is safety of oneself and others. Safety of oneself and others. We did few of them like head safety, ear protection, and then all those PPE required for that safety, and then we will be just generalize it like safety, general safety rules. So what we say is that never run or throw objects in a workplace because it is unsafe. It is an unsafe behavior. Then clean up is the next, right? You have to keep the workplace area clean. If you see something like protruding or slippery or as such any condition which can be uh, harmful or which can create an accident or which can be unsafe for others or for yourself as well, so you have to report it immediately or clean it up, take the action against that, right? Or remove that object, right? Or remove that hazardous substance, right? Post hazard sign, or post, at least if you cannot do anything, you can post the hazard sign, or you can at least inform to your supervisor, right? And then we say that okay, work with adequate lighting, right? If you are working and there is no adequate or enough light, you cannot do, right? Use an approved explosion proof trouble lamp, or flashlight, right? So we also learned that how to lift and place the load correctly if you are lifting up. So improper lifting can cause injury. So you have to correct your posture while lifting or lowering the load. So this is also important, right? So adequate lighting. Do not place articles where they are falling hazards. If you think that okay, this is the way, right? We are in the industry. We have the pathway for the forklifts and walkways for the people. So do not block that ways, right? So if you see that something is blocking the way, you have to report it or you have to remove it, right? So these kind of things are all important in a workplace or occupational skills, right? You have to look around yourself, and these can come in exam as well, like a simple multiple question form. But I did only here the correct answers, and then at the end of the class or at the end of this chapter, we will do multiple uh, choice question, MCQs, right? But that will be all from this course. So improper lifting can cause injury. So you have to fill in the blank. Running, wrestling, throwing things or objects, unsafe behavior are unsafe behavior. These are all unsafe behavior. So do not do that. So at workplace, if you need more light, use only approved explosion proof lamp or light. So these are the few things which we need to pay attention during at the workplace or when you are at work, right? Maybe it's a construction environment, maybe it's industrial environment, whatever it is, you have to pay attention to these things, right? Or you have to remove all defective items from the work area. So always do not mix it up, right? A tool or piece of equipment that is defective must be tagged so that nobody can use it. And because by the use of all defective tools or equipment must be tagged so that it should not be used anymore. So suppose it is a defective and somebody use it, so it will cause unsafe environment, unsafe for that person, right? So you have to care about yourself and you have to care about others at workplace. So these are all those points which are generally we have to follow, and we have to bear in mind that all defective piece, right? So all of these are like very important at workplace. Any accident or injury, no matter how minor or how small, must be reported to your supervisor or your employer. So must be reported, right? That is called report an accident, right? So report an accident, how, no matter how small or how big it is, right? So correct or report unsafe condition immediately. So we have to report it to our supervisor or to our employer immediately. Or if we can correct it, we can correct it. Now you can correct it and then report, that is also fine. But if you are unable to correct it, then report is the next step. Do not work while impaired by alcohol or any medication, right? So if you are like taking some medications which saying that okay, it may cause dizziness or it may cause sleepiness or whatever case, so you do not go to you have to share your medical conditions with your employer or with your supervisors. So because impaired condition can cause accident, and what we are talking about, we are talking about safety of oneself and safety of others, is that you have to be perfect in healthy condition, and you know all the rules and regulation what you have to follow at the workplace, right? What we have next is do not so all defective items should be removed from the workplace or the work area. If it is defective, it's better to tag it, and so in the first, all defective equipments must be tagged. That is also fine, but then you have to remove it. So next step is all defective items should be removed from the work area. All defective items should be removed from the work area. So should be removed from the work area. So next is Ontario workplace must have a copy of Occupational Health and Safety Act and Regulation. This is again OSHA, right? We talk about OSHA. This is like the organization OSHA, which is responsible for making regulations, right? Acts and regulation. So that is all about those steps which are covered in the green book, right? So they have documented all those. So what we said, that is Ontario workplace must have a copy of, every workplace must have a copy of this Occupational and Safety Acts and Regulation, and that is what green book is, right? Every year it is updated so that workers should know that what environment they are working, what are their rights, how they can make the workplace safer, right? How they can save theirs and others' life, right? So stay organized with the color coded tabs in the green book. So one should be every worker, whether no matter what he's doing in a work environment, industrial or construction, he should know that what the green book is. So what is the green book? Occupational Health and Safety Acts and Regulation. That is the green book, and there are color coded symbols and other things which one need to know, and they should know that what are the hazards or what are the conditions and what they have to report immediately, how they have to behave in a workplace. So never run, right? What I said in the beginning, running, wrestling, throwing things or objects is unsafe behavior. So we should have to obey, or we should have to follow all the commands or all the points given in Occupational Health and Safety Act and Regulation, OSHA's regulation, right? And that is the green book. In short, we say the green book, right? So this is what OSHA or this book is covering. The first is the fire hazard, right? There is a fire hazard. Fire we will do in the next class, that what are the fire hazards, what are the basic constituents or components required to create a fire. So that we will do in the next class. So for this class, you should know that Ontario Occupational Health and Safety Act and Regulation, the green book. Every workplace must have a copy of Occupational Health and Safety Act and Regulation, and you can demand it. If you cannot see it, It has to be in a visible place so that every worker has easy approach to it, so that every worker, each and every worker can read it and know about these safety policies. And based on this, companies also make their own policies, and they give the trainings to the people or to the worker, so that they are safe in the work environment. So stay organized with the color coded tabs in that green book, right? So every year that is being updated for new rules and regulations. So you should know all those rules and regulations, and you can inquire. If you don't see the green book at your workplace, you can ask for the green book for the reference, right? So these are all about safety of oneself and safety of others. We will continue our topic for occupational skills. Hope you like the video. If you like it, thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.